Hello everyone, Rurikhan here with the Rurikhan Show number 23, and this is the update section. And what do I mean by saying this is the update section? Well, basically, since the last Rurikhan Show was, it felt like you guys really enjoyed it more like it was. Basically what I did was I separated my personal updates from the comments so that it was like personal updates first, comments later. I decided that should just like split it into two different videos, because that way I won't have like a huge 1 hour video. I'll have like two videos, and the commentary ones, whoever watches the commentary ones there's a different audience that likes watching the update videos and a different audience that likes watching the comment videos. Sometimes they're one and the same. Other times some people just want to know what I'm up to. Other people want to know what I'm up to and want to do the comments. So there are going to be two videos. And that will also allow me to include many more comments. Like I just did the comment section for this particular Rurikhan show, and it was a 50-minute video. So it's a pretty big video, lots of comments, lots of questions, lots of answers, lots of good fun times. We got the Maniac in Blue in there as well with his gangsta style. You guys know how that works. So yeah, and always remember for your chance of getting featured in a Rurikhan show's comment section, make sure to do your comments on Rurikhan.com, because that is where I go to check out for comments. So just remember that, Rurikhan.com, go there, comment wherever you want for a chance at getting your comment featured in the Rurikhan's show comment section. And now that that's out of the way, let's get this show started right now. So the very first topic on my list for today is the YouTube sub box. A lot of people have been mentioning me, oh, I don't get your videos in my sub box, and then I go to look at them and it's like they're far away and whatever. And I've noticed that, and what happens is I even did a test today, and it seems that what happens is either YouTube is just doing this for me or it does it for everyone. But basically it seems that they mark when I start uploading. And basically that is, they consider that when I started uploading is when the video was uploaded. At least that seems to be what's happening with me. And what happens with that is, you guys already know that my internet sucks, and it takes me sometimes literally over 24 hours to upload some of my videos because of the ridiculous amounts of quality I put in them. Like I render my gameplay videos at 15,000 bit rate, and that is just ridiculous. It's really high quality. I mean, so, and I don't want it any other way. I don't mind the files being big. I don't mind the uploads taking a lot of time. I do mind the fact that it seems that my videos don't end up in your sub box where they belong, because you did subscribe to me, and it pisses me off. So I'm trying to fix the situation, but it seems that what happens is, let's say today I start uploading, let's say a Kingdoms of Amalur video, because those are pretty big. It's like usually 3.6 gigs or something or more. Let's say I start uploading today. I will not finish uploading it today. It will only finish like sometime tomorrow. And what happens is my video will show up in your subscription box, but it will show up in the entries of 1 day ago. That seems to be what's happening, because I just checked that out with my girlfriend's account, and I posted the video that I posted today of Kingdoms of Amalur. It like showed up from in her list of videos from 2 days ago. And I was like, it just finished uploading today. What can I do? I mean, come on, cut me some slack, my man. So yeah, I mean, the only real solution that I have for that right now is I would ask that you would subscribe to one of my social networks, like my Facebook, my Twitter, my Google+, because I always promote my videos there when they're done uploading. There's links in the description. All of my videos have links to in the description to Google+, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. So I would advise you guys to subscribe there, because you will get an extra notification. If it ends up in your sub box, awesome. If it doesn't end up in your sub box, you'll get notified through Twitter or some other means. And there's also my website's RSS feed, so there's other ways for you to get notified. I mean, there's just nothing I can do. If YouTube is going to tell me that it's like, when you begin uploading, that's when we say your video is starting, it's like, there's not a whole lot I can do. I mean, my upload, the maximum upload speed is 100K bits a second. 100K bits a second. Now you do the math and see how long it takes to upload a 3.6 gigabyte file. It's retarded, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't even switch my internet provider. I've tried it. I can't get a better connection right now. I have to wait till they upgrade the lines or something so that I can get a better connection, and it's just not happening, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So If you really aren't getting the videos in your sub box, I would ask you politely to subscribe one of my social networks. You'll get notified that way, or subscribe to the website's RSS feed. You can get notified that way too. There's nothing else I can do about that. Next up, let's talk a little bit about Dark Souls. So a lot of you guys are like, oh, Dark Souls is over. And it's like, I never said it was over. I said the playthrough is over. I'm going to make more videos about Dark Souls. Make no mistake. For starters, I'm probably going to make a video when I finally platinum Dark Souls, because I am going to get platinum on Dark Souls. Make no mistake. I'm getting friggin' platinum. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you guys something that you guys will probably be surprised, but I've probably played more Dark Souls in a row when the playthrough was done than when I was doing the playthrough. Like, as soon as, I think even the day that I finished the playthrough, I was like, yeah, I finished the playthrough. This project is over, an awesome project. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, let me just pick up my character. I want to play just a little bit of New Game Plus Plus. All of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm 5 hours in. Oh, this is awesome, man. I love this game. I keep on playing, and like the next day, oh, I'm killing the 4 kings. It's like, I just started playing, and it's just been the one game that I've been playing when I'm not working. It's Dark Souls New Game Plus Plus. So, man, I'm still enjoying the crap out of Dark Souls. So, regarding Dark Souls, there's a little project. I've hinted at the fact that if you guys look between episode 28 and episode 29 of the Let's Play, something changes in the character. For starters, at the end of episode 28, I am in human form. And I have my regular paladin set. And at the start of episode 29, if you guys paid attention, my character is hollowed, and I have Gwyn's crown. Now, there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to tell you what the reason is. I'm going to keep you guys in suspense until I'm actually ready to announce what was up with that. Just know that it's not something that was random. And some of you even said, oh yeah, you went hollowed so that you wouldn't get invaded. No, you're wrong. I actually tried getting invaded to get some PvP footage before the end. I stood in the kiln of the first flame for like 3 hours. Nobody invaded me, and I just like gave up on it and eventually just proceeded with making the video. But it was not to get because I was scared of getting killed in the kiln of the first flame. Are you kidding me? Think I give a crap about getting killed? As a matter of fact, I have to say that in New Game Plus Plus, I found quite a few players who invaded me, and a lot of them were actually polite. I found one scumbag too, who just tried ninja killing me, and I raped his face. But there were a lot of polite players, because like you guys have said, that you should bow down when another player comes into your game. So every single time that I've bowed down, at least not every single time, there was this one time where there was an asshole, but most of the time I bowed down, other players bowed down too, and we had ourselves a duel. And most of the times I won, but it's cool. It's perfectly fine. But it was cool. There was even this one time where I bowed down, guys in a room full of monsters, and it's in my world because he invaded me, and he helped me kill the monsters. We cleared them. We killed the monsters. We killed the monsters. We cleared the room. We destroyed all the tables and all that stuff. We bowed down. We started a fight. I beat his face in, and it was cool. It was no, but it's cool to see that in higher levels the players are more respectful and there's no bullshit going on. I thought that was really, really cool. And it's funny to see how you can see a really respectful community in a game that won't even allow you to communicate with other players. I just thought that was amazing. So kudos to the Dark Souls community. You guys are awesome, and you guys make the experience of playing Dark Souls that much better. That's all I really had to say about that. So the other thing is, I wanted to mention that I'm working on, like I've said, I'm working on a project between episode 28 and 29. Not going to give a lot of details, but I am going to say that the project was in great part inspired by you guys' reaction to the fact that I killed Dusk of Ulasil. You guys were like, oh my God, how could you? It's like the only decent NPC in the game. And so it was great, the project that I'm working on. It's going to take a while. Don't expect it to be something like, oh, it's going to come out next week. It's something that I'm working on. I'm still not even sure that I'm going to be able to do it, because it's like a little bit of an ambitious project to me. I've never done anything like that, like what I'm trying to do with this. And I'd like it to work, and I'm not the only person working on it. I got a couple more people trying to work on it, and I just think that it's a really cool project that I would love to see go into fruition. But that's all. I'm going to leave it there. The other thing I wanted to say is that if I play as far as New Game Plus 7, which is supposedly the maximum difficulty that you can achieve in Dark Souls, I might make a Let's Play of New Game Plus 7, which I think would be pretty interesting, don't you guys think? I don't know. We'll see. So that's it regarding Dark Souls. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about God of War. So a lot of you guys asked me to go ahead and do the God of War series. So the first thing I did was I went to a store, an actual store, despite me telling you that these stores steal you all the time. The thing is, if you buy PC games are pretty much standard price. So if you buy PC games there, usually you don't get ripped off. So what ended up happening is with the PC games I bought earlier, because on that store I bought a long ass time ago, I bought World of Warcraft for me, World of Warcraft for my girlfriend, the Cataclysm. I bought Star Wars, StarCraft 2. I bought a couple of PC games on that store, so I had some store credit. So I went there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this thing here, which is the game that I needed to begin the Dark Souls, because on this one is where the Chains of Olympus is, which is supposedly in correct chronological order. This would be the very first Dark Souls, according to the research I did online. So I needed Chains of Olympus to begin the Let's Play the way I wanted to. So I went there, and with the in-store credit that I had from purchasing those PC games, because they give you points, these points will give you discounts to games and whatnot. With the in-store credit, I just picked this up, brought it out of the store, didn't pay a dime for it. And I was like, sweet, because everything I buy nowadays is online anyways. I don't want to spend any more money on that store. So I got one game for free out of it. So it's pretty sweet. The Let's Play is happening. I'm still not sure what the difficulty level is going to be. You guys will see that when I make the very first episode. And it's going to be a Let's Play in the correct chronological order, which I don't know by head, but if I remember correctly, it is God of War Chains of Olympus, then it's God of War 1, then it's Ghost of Sparta, then it's God of War 3, and then it's then it's Ghost of I'm gonna just start from the beginning. It's God of War Chains of Olympus, then God of War 1, then Ghost of Sparta, then God of War 2, and then God of War 3. That's supposed to be the correct chronological order to play God of War, and that is going to be the order which I'm going to go through with the Let's Play. And I'm going to play through all of the God of War titles in this supposedly Classics HD collection, volumes, whatever. I'm going to play through all of them, and I'm going to make a Let's Play the same style that I did for Dark Souls. And a lot of you guys were saying, when I asked for feedback on Kingdoms of Amalur and Skyrim and all that stuff, you guys were saying those games don't have enough action. Well, it doesn't get any more action than friggin' God of War. So I don't want to hear any more complaints. No, just kidding. Always give me your feedback, okay? So that's it regarding God of War. The next thing is I just wanted to briefly address the whole Kingdoms of Amalur thing. I know that a lot of you still don't want me to do the Kingdoms of Amalur, but there's a couple of people that do want me to make Kingdoms of Amalur. And the thing about Kingdoms of Amalur is that it is a challenge because, like you guys said it yourselves, there's a lot of dialogue. There's not as much action as the Dark Souls thing. And it's a challenge for me as a commentator to commentate that game. It's harder, and I will become a better commentator by commentating that game. And I really hope I can count on you guys' support with that, because it will only make me a better commentator so that I can commentate games better for you guys. If you guys don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I won't blame you. Just don't kill me because I want to follow it, because it's still a game that I really enjoy and I want to make a Let's Play of it. And I just want to explain to you guys that it's a challenge. It's harder to do commentary on it. It's harder to keep it as interesting as Dark Souls was, also because I was ridiculously passionate about Dark Souls. And when Dark Souls 2 comes out, I'm just going to cream my pants. And or Demon Souls 3 comes out or whatever, I'm just going to like, oh my God, it's another Souls game. Give it to me. It's just that I just love the crap out of that series, and that was probably the reason why you guys enjoyed those Let's Plays so much. And yeah, that's all I had to say about this game, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I like having the boxes here and showing off the boxes to the camera. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to go all digital. I like having boxes. I'm probably one of the few people in the world that likes it. I like having boxes. I like having CDs. I mean, not CDs. This is actually like a Blu-ray or whatever. I like having these things. I think they're cool. So, I mean, whatever. That's all I had to say regarding Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Next thing I want to talk about, this, Demon Souls. Okay, so Demon Souls, here's the thing. The playthrough, it's happening. Don't worry about it. It's happening. Malicious is going to be a short playthrough, right? Because it's only like 5 or 6 bosses or whatever. There's not a lot of bosses in Malicious. So I'm going to show you guys Malicious. Malicious will eventually end, whatever. After Malicious, the 3 main big projects are going to be Kingdoms of Reckoning. Show the box. Yay! Kingdoms of Reckoning. Demon Souls. Demon Souls obviously being the one that I want to prioritize the most. And God of War. These are going to be the projects I'm going to be focusing on until Dragon's Dogma comes out. When Dragon's Dogma comes out, I think it's going to be pretty obvious which game I'm going to be working on, because Dragon's Dogma is amazing and I love it. And Dragon's Dogma is just awesome, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So when that comes out, it's going to be my main focus. But anyways, back to Demon Souls. As I was saying, Demon Souls, the playthrough is happening. I was going over the comments. I probably didn't do a good job of I probably didn't do a very good job of how I was going to decide which class I was going to play. I asked you guys, and I said, you guys can comment on YouTube, can comment on my website. So today I went through and I did the math to it, and I took some factors into consideration, like the number of likes on certain comments and some other stuff. And basically what happened is the male Temple Knight obviously won, but it was very close. Like, a lot of people also wanted me to make a barbarian. And I noticed through the comments that most of the people that wanted me to make a Temple Knight, they wanted him to be a male Temple Knight. And most of the people that wanted me to make a barbarian, they wanted it to be a female barbarian. So here's what I did. I created a poll in my website so that you guys can basically tie these two off. So it's going to be either a female barbarian or a Temple Knight. But you guys got to vote quick, because I don't want to keep that poll up too long. I want to get started on the Let's Play, because, I mean, I got to keep a certain schedule of releasing stuff, because Dragon's Dogma is going to come out in May, and eventually I'm not going to have time to cover all of these projects. So I really need to get started with the Demon Souls Let's Play as fast as possible. So please vote as fast as you possibly can. Go to the website, Rurikhan.com. There's a poll there. It will say female barbarian or male Temple Knight. And I'm sorry if I'm slowing down with the commenting, but I've already recorded 3 hours and 20 minutes today, so and like in a row. So my throat is already starting to give up. I'm sorry about that, but today was just a really good day for recording, so I just started recording and I haven't stopped since. But anyways, again, getting back into Demon Souls, one of the comments that kind of struck a chord with me was that there was this female viewer, and she said, oh, I'm a girl. I want you to play a girl. You always play male characters. So come on, play a girl for once and whatever. And it's like, you have to understand, I'm not one of those guys that like, oh, I want to play a female character so that I can look at her ass. I mean, that's not me. It's like, I like creating avatars that resemble me in some fashion, or resemble dwarves or something like that, which is another reason why I like to create warriors, because I like to think of myself like big Viking hammer and shield and smashing things. But anyways, what happened was, I thought that was a really cool comment, and here is your chance. All of you in all the female audience that I have, which I reckon is probably not a whole lot, but for all the female audience that I have, I want you girls to you girls and ladies and whatever, I want you all to unite yourselves and show me your strength and unity. Get on that poll and beat the living shit out of the males. And for all you males that want to see me play a female character, go there and vote as well. So your two choices are either the male Temple Knight or the female barbarian. So get on that poll. That sounded so wrong. Get on that vote poll on my website and show me that you girls got what it takes to force me into playing a female character. I am not kidding. If the female character wins, I will play a female character. Just show me that you have what it takes. I don't know, use your social networks, whatever. Show me you have what it takes, get it done, win that poll, and I'll play a female barbarian. There you go. That's all I have regarding Demon Souls. The playthrough is happening. Next up, I think I got to address a little something, which is one of the hypothetical projects was No More Heroes 2. I'm sorry to say that's not going to happen because there was not enough interest. There were a couple of people that were really interested. They were like, oh my God, No More Heroes 2. That's amazing. It's an awesome game. No one else has ever done it. You should cover it. But there were really few people that wanted that. So I didn't feel there was enough interest to justify me doing a Let's Play, even though it's definitely a game that I love and that maybe in the future I'll do a Let's Play of that game. But for right now, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. But I mean, just know that it's going to be considered for future Let's Plays because, I mean, you know that I'm not about the latest and greatest. I'm about just the greatest. And usually the underdogs too, like No More Heroes 2, which is an amazing game in my opinion. And someone should cover it, and I hope it's going to be me eventually. But yeah, that's it regarding No More Heroes 2. The other thing is I want to talk a little bit about Dragon's Dogma and the fact that I can't wait for Dragon's Dogma to come out. There's not a whole lot I can do about Dragon's Dogma right now. A lot of you guys are asking already in a couple of comments like, oh my God, give me Dragon's Dogma. It's like, I can't give you Dragon's Dogma unless Capcom gives me access to some beta or whatever, which we all know is never going to happen, specifically after me calling out gaming companies for not giving betas to the correct individuals. You already know they're never going to give me a beta in my whole life, like forever. So it's like, I don't care. It's like, whatever, do whatever you want. Well, the thing is, I might be making a couple of episodes about it before it's released, you know, just speaking about the features of the game and stuff like that, but I'll have to do some research on it. And the problem is that the Capcom development team that's behind this is mostly Japanese, and there's not a lot of details about the game. It's just what I know from the game is from looking at videos and speculating. So what I might do is just that. I might go through a couple of videos, speculate with you guys a little bit, tell you about what's getting me excited with the game, what I expect of it, and all that kinds of good jazz. So whatever, just tell me, are you interested in that though? Are you interested in me kind of hyping up the release of Dragon's Dogma? Do you want to watch me comment and speculate on the videos that are already out by Capcom? Do you want that? Make sure to leave it in the comments in my website so that I know that you want that, and I'll be sure to try and do something about it. So that's it regarding Dragon's Dogma. And next up, I actually have something really special today. If I didn't close my Explorer window, which I didn't, which is good. And by Explorer window, I actually meant my Safari window. And I didn't close it, which is a good thing, which means that I can show you a couple of things right here. So the very first thing, oh my God, the screen just went so dark. And the problem is that the screen is my main source of lighting. I know that my lighting kind of sucks, and the video quality of this of these particular shows is gonna suck because I don't have a lot of lighting in my face, so I look kind of bluish. I'm looking at myself in the camera so I can see I look kind of bluish. But anyways, Diablo 3. I want to talk about Diablo 3 a little bit, and I'm just gonna have a little fun with this because I mean, you guys have seen me rant a little bit on Blizzard because I think that Blizzard is kind of exploring their position a little bit too much. They're getting lazy with their content. And I mean, I don't know. I just think that Blizzard has changed a lot from back in the days where they were making games like Diablo 2, StarCraft 1, the very initial World of Warcraft. Blizzard has changed a lot. And I don't think it's all been for the good. And here is one kind of a proof. I mean, I don't want to blow this out of proportion. I'm going to give you guys my opinion once I'm done reading this thing directly from Blizzard forums. Okay, so this is a post by Bashiok, and you guys probably already heard or read this in some gaming site. Like I personally, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I've heard this on the Epic Battle Axe podcast, or is it Epic Battle Cry? I don't know exactly what they call it, but in one of the epicbattleaxe.com's podcasts, because I listen to that stuff, I think those guys are awesome. In one of those guys' podcasts, they were saying all about how apparently there was some confusion with Blizzard and there was a little PR chaos going on. I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And then they said, oh, it's about Diablo 3. And I was like, whoa, chaos about Diablo 3. Okay, this is getting interesting. So today before the show, I did some research on it. I wanted to share it with you guys. So here it is. This is Bashiok's post. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a screenshot in there or not, but just know that I'm reading word from word directly from the forums, and you can search for it yourself. Just Google Diablo 3 lower your expectations or something like that, and you should be able to find all of this drama and all of the stuff that's been going on around this. Anyways, apparently some player said that he stopped playing the Diablo 3 beta with less than 7 hours of gameplay. And Bashiok says, There's only like 40 minutes of content in the beta, so that's pretty amazing. You played for 7 hours. I hereby crown this game successful. On a more serious note, I too worry that we won't be able to meet the expectations people have built up for themselves. Part of my job is managing people's expectations, so stop it. Stop thinking about how awesome this game could be. Just imagine it's a new M. Night Shyamalan movie. Sure, Sixth Sense was amazing and Unbreakable had its moments, but this right here is the sequel to The Village or The Happening or Signs or any of the movies besides the two I first mentioned. So just like lower those expectations, but still definitely buy the game, please, and everything will be just fine, okay? And when I read this, I was like, wait, what? You work for Blizzard, and you are telling people to lower their expectations about a game like Diablo 3. Yeah, I mean, I was speechless. I was just like, really? Lower your expectations for Diablo 3? Are you kidding me? And then people wonder why in my last episode of Dark Souls I said that Dark Souls has stepped up in my gaming, like the best games of all time, has stepped up and took the place of Diablo. Because Diablo simply isn't doing anything. Are you kidding me? Really? Having an employee go ahead and tell something to your fans, like lower your expectations about this game. I mean, come on. Lower my expectations? So you're telling me the game's a piece of crap? I'm sorry, but every single company, you need to hype up your games. You can never say lower your expectations. Ever. If someone is saying lower your expectations, it means to me that person does not believe in the project. And if a Blizzard employee does not believe in the Diablo 3 project, after me personally having tried out the beta with someone else's account, and me already not believing the project from what I saw in the original beta of Diablo 3, I was completely underwhelmed. And now we have an employee of Blizzard saying lower your expectations. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to buy Diablo 3. I'm going to play Diablo 3 out of the respect that I have for Diablo 2. Like the same way that you see this game over here. You see this game, Demon Souls. I bought Dark Souls because of the ridiculous amount of respect that I have for this title. I mean, as soon as Dark Souls came out, it wasn't even a question if I was going to buy it or not. It was more of a question of how soon can I get my grubby little paws on it. And Diablo 3 at this point in time, it's almost like, yeah, whatever, I'll buy it, make a couple of videos on it, we'll see where it goes. But man, the beta was disappointing, and this statement by a Blizzard employee is disappointing. And then what happens is someone else comes from behind. This guy called Jay Wilson, who is apparently big shot at, is like the game developer or something. And here's what he has to say. Jay Wilson wanted to share a message with the Diablo 3 community. However, Mr. Jay Wilson didn't dignify to come to the forums himself, now did he? Mr. Jay Wilson sent some guy called Daxari to copy-paste some goddamn email into the forums. What's the matter, Mr. Jay Wilson? You're too scared to get your hands dirty and interact with your goddamn community? Come on. Anyways, here's what he had to say. Some of you might have seen some headlines or a certain obviously sarcastic, it's like, oh, we're just joking around, obviously sarcastic blue post that implies that we're unsteady about where Diablo 3 stands and that you should temper your expectations when it comes to the next installment in the Diablo series. Let me be clear, nothing could be further from the truth. He's like the knight in shining armor fighting for Diablo 3, Mr. Jay Wilson, who's too scared to come into the forums and get his little hands dirty now, isn't he? He's a knight in shining armor, for God's sake. And here's what he has to say. As those of you in the beta have seen, the game is in good shape. Actually, I would say that the beta version of the game is in good shape. The latest full build we've been testing here in the office is in great shape. Is it? Is it really? Why does Bashyok doesn't really believe that, Mr. Wilson? Maybe you need to have a chat with Bashyok. I don't know. Maybe you need to have a chat with Bashyok, who's like, Diablo 3 community needs to curb their expectations a little bit. So maybe Mr. Wilson here needs to have a meeting with Mr. Bashyok, and they just need to duke it out. Mr. Wilson, who needs to put on a pair of gloves before he steps his foot in the forums, because he just sends Daxari over here, community manager, basically is posting on the name of Mr. J. Wilson. But anyways, he has this more to say. We get a lot of sympathy from the other teams because of the long hours of crunch our design team is putting in, but the secret is that playing through the game as we do the final tuning, bug fixes, and optimizations is a real joy. We always know a Blizzard game is almost ready when we have to ask members of the team to stop playing so they can get their work done. Yeah, that's probably why the game isn't good enough. Everyone's too busy playing it. Yeah, that's what betas are for. Maybe you should have given me a beta. I could have told you something about the goddamn game. That's definitely been the case around here. We think you're going to love Diablo 3 when it's released, and speaking of release plans, you can seriously expect a launch date announcement from us in the near future. Release date for Diablo 3? Really? Really, bro? Okay, I don't know. I just seem to remember that you guys at a certain point said, oh yeah, it's definitely going to come out in 2011. Then it's like, no, man, it's going to come out at the start of 2012. Yeah, my fucking balls. So next thing he's got to say is, see, I didn't say soon, so I'm not taunting you. Yes, you are. You said in the near future. You know what the near future is? It's soon. Doesn't matter which words you use. It matters the meaning you put into them. Anyways, you'll know as soon as I know for the exact date. And by the way, we want you to have high expectations. Look, this part we want is even highlighted. It says, we want you to have high expectations for Diablo 3 and all Blizzard games. That's what pushes us to try and make the best gaming experiences we possibly can. If Diablo 3 wasn't a worthy next installment in the Diablo series, we wouldn't release it. You could have fooled me with all the bullshit you've been pulling out of World of Warcraft. You could have fooled me, Blizzard. Next up, what is it? We wouldn't release it. That's the way we do it. That's the way we've always done it. As I've said many times in the recent past, we think Diablo 3 is coming along great, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on it. We're all doing what we can to ensure you have one hell of a time once you step foot in the Sanctuary, which, for those of you who don't know, Sanctuary is the name of Diablo's world, pretty much. Like you got Earth, you got Sanctuary. Sanctuary is Diablo's world. Also, I think Diablo is much more comparable to the Evil Dead series, personally. And here they go about comparing Diablo 3 with fucking movies and series again. Are you kidding me? Seriously, Blizzard? Seriously? You got people telling us to lower our expectations for your games now? And then you got someone else coming behind them. Someone else who doesn't even dare set foot inside the forums and sends some errand boy to post a message for him. And then in the end it says, Jay Wilson is the game director of Diablo 3 and wants to know, hey, what's that you got in your face? There's like a video here? What the hell is this? Ash, your face, Army of Darkness. Whatever. Whatever, Jay Wilson. Whatever, Bashyok. Get your antennas together and work something out. Just get the goddamn game outside so that we can love it or hate it. I don't think you're going to make much improvements on what I've seen in the beta, so please prove me wrong. Make me love Diablo 3, because honestly, what I've seen so far is just fucking sad. And then you get this other thing, which basically apparently there's news recently that says, oh, in order to release Diablo 3, we're not going to include the arena. Oh, I get it. So we don't get to PvP in the arena. Okay. So you've had all this time to develop this game, and you couldn't even make an arena. An arena, you know, like the same thing you did for World of Warcraft and the Trial of the Crusader. You know, you made a nice little raid there, didn't you? It was just like, oh, this is easy. We don't have to design anything. It's just like a fucking ball. It's just like this fucking circle with stands and whatnot. I mean, come on. And understand this. It's like, if I'm dissing on Blizzard right now a little bit, I'm actually not upset with them. You know what I am at this point? I feel sorry for them. I really do. I mean, sure, they're making billions of dollars with World of Warcraft. I mean, they're printing money. They're rich as all hell, but their team is just in shambles the way that this situation appears to me. There's some guy saying, lower your expectations. There's another guy saying, we want you to have high expectations. I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that Bashiok was just joking sarcastically my balls. So, I mean, and then there's no PvP arena. I mean, there's definitely something wrong with your Diablo 3 game. Maybe it has something to do with your real money auction house, which you can take it and shove it up your ass. That's all I got to say about that. Next up, what else we got to do? Yeah, I just wanted to briefly address some Guild Wars 2 coverage that I've seen lately. And you guys remember that, like, one of the biggest reasons why I went on that whole scumbag beta distribution thing was because I felt that I deserved a Guild Wars 2 beta key because I put so much effort in putting out content ahead of time, and I've played Guild Wars 1 since ever. And I've been watching some of the coverage that a lot of people who have had access to the beta, and I have to say that ArenaNet, I'm also extremely disappointed in you guys. I mean, I think you guys are going to have the best MMO that's going to come out in 2012, but I think that the people you've placed on your beta were probably some of the least qualified individuals you could have placed. I think the only quality content I've watched come out of Guild Wars was by Total Biscuit. And I know that a lot of people are going to call me, oh, you're just a Total Biscuit fanboy. I'm not a Total Biscuit fanboy. I just think that the guy does a good job. He doesn't fuck around. Total Biscuit knows what he's doing. And you can tell when you watch the videos that he's producing for Guild Wars. And a lot of other people that I'm not going to name them here who have produced videos about Guild Wars and are discussing Guild Wars in podcasts, they have no idea what Guild Wars is about. Like, I like how I watched just a little bit of coverage from someone today who will not remain mentioned because I still have respect for them, despite the fact that I think that they completely have the wrong idea about Guild Wars. They were just discussing, oh, how can Guild Wars do without the Holy Trinity? And I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? If you had played Guild Wars 1, I'm not even going to say if you had played the Guild Wars 2 beta, which you did, which you had access to the Guild Wars 2 beta, to the dungeons, to all this other stuff that I didn't have access. If you had just even played for a little bit of Guild Wars 1, you would have known why Guild Wars doesn't need the Holy Trinity. It's not that hard, really. Come on, don't bust my nuts. It doesn't need the Holy Trinity because each class is self-sufficient. It doesn't need a dedicated healer. You need someone who can eventually pop a shield or pop a random heal that will just help people survive every now and then. And that someone can be you. That someone can be the same person who's doing the maximum damage for the situation. It's about adaptability. And it is about changing your builds. They're like, oh, it means I'm going to have to change my build all the time? Why? Is that such a big deal that you have to change your build all the time? When I was playing World of Warcraft, I wish I could change my build all the time because I would change my build all the friggin' time in between bosses. You know what? The pro guilds, that's what they did. So it's a good thing that Guild Wars 2 has a system that you should change and encourage you to change and get out of your comfort zone and friggin' do new things. Oh man, I'm just so upset about the fact that people that aren't qualified to discuss these games get access to all of these betas and all of this stuff, and they just aren't qualified to discuss these games. It's ridiculous. Come on. This is the end of the rant, and it's the end of the show. Stay tuned because pretty soon you're going to see the upload of Rurikhan show number 23, the comment section. Because like I said, I'm separating the two of them. There's going to be the update section and the comment section. This has been the update section. Stay tuned for the comment section, which should be appearing in a couple of hours because it's a pretty big video. It's going to take a while to upload after this one. And I will see you guys